Now, Princess Anne is in hospital after she was hurt yesterday. She will miss several engagements this week, including the state's banquets for the Japanese state visit tomorrow and also a visit to Canada. A statement from Buckingham Palace said the Princess Royal has sustained minor injuries and concussion following an incident on the Gatcombe Park estate yesterday evening. Her Royal Highness remains in Southmead Hospital, Bristol, as a precautionary measure for observation and is expected to make a full and swift recovery, which is great news. Now, joining me now to discuss this is the royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliams. Richard, welcome to the show. So the Princess Royal had a bit of a prank. Seems, though, safe and sound and all on the mend.
Thankfully, it does seem that way. Obviously, it's the precautionary aspect of the someone in their 70s, head injury. It's always sensible if concussion is involved. But most certainly, like her father, Prince Philip, I suspect she will become a very impatient patient until she gets back to her full schedule, which is, as you know, she's the most hard-working member of the royal family and indeed tremendously popular for her fuss, as it were, approach. And there's no question, I think, that she will be very sorry to miss the state banquet tomorrow for the Emperor and Empress of Japan, and also, of course, going to Canada. She's the Colonel-in-Chief of the Royal Newfoundland Regiment, and this was, in fact, the centenary of the War Memorial, which had been renovated, which obviously she would have wished to attend.
And Richard, may I also ask you about an interview with Thomas Markle, of course, the father of Meghan Markle. He's turning 80 on July the 18th. Seems like he's emotionally reaching out to his daughter. He would like to get in contact. Tell us more about that. And do you think actually this is likely to happen?
First, it's absolutely, definitely not going to happen. It's all very sad, but as far as the Sussexes are concerned, charity doesn't begin at home. There's absolutely no question that a really deep, bitter estrangement between Thomas Markle and Meghan, and I don't see any possibility at all of that being restored, a relationship being restored in any sense at all. I mean, it's been very bitter and it's been very public.
But he's approaching 80, and all of us think at these big landmarks, maybe it's time to forgive and forget. He was saying here he's never met his grandchildren. He would like nothing more than that to happen. But I'll even be happy with just a photograph at this stage. Why didn't Harry ever come to meet me? Thomas Markle said. That's one of the questions I simply can't answer.
Yes, well, this is actually an interesting point, that initially, before the estrangement, it had never been explained why, before the engagement, in fact, for some reason, Harry never has met Thomas Markle. Now, that is something perhaps that will be explained if one of the Sussexes writes a memoir. Meghan hasn't as yet. But yes, all of this is a very sad business, but it's not going to be resolved. And the fact that he's appealing King Charles and so forth isn't going to mean that anything happens, I'm afraid. So far as the wider royal rift is concerned, well, I mean, that still remains, of course, and the royal family have other priorities at the moment, putting it mildly.
So you don't think there's any chance that the heart may soften on this 80th birthday and there may be an emotional olive branch offered? You can't see it happening?
I can't see it happen, not in the case of Thomas Markle and Meghan, I'm afraid, no.
OK, thank you very much for joining us. Richard Fitzwilliams, always a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you.